Hello, Cancer. Welcome to August, Leo season. Thank you for all the lessons this month. Oh my God. I can't even begin to tell you. It was so dramatic for me. And I'm like, even I am isolated in a foreign land with no friends and no family around me. And yet my life still got dramatic. I don't even know how that happened. Oh, I hope y'all are doing okay. I really, really do. Um, we're not out of the woods yet. No one is. With the eclipses, we've got stuff going on in your eighth house. Okay. A lot of depth here, still continued. I think as we enter into Virgo season, that's when you're going to start really feeling the release of stuff, which is why you're kind of in this moment of analysis and really looking upon the priorities and saying, what do I need to keep? What do I need to get rid of? What's really important here? Because there's no room for things that aren't important. You know, there's no room for triviality. You come in contact with your true essence. That was the beautiful thing about the sun opposing Pluto. Coming in contact with our true essence. I have been recommending people watch my weekly bump because I do talk about like this book that I recently read and kind of this whole process of shedding our false identity and coming in contact with our true essence. So if you feel like learning more about that and kind of the process of how to do it, I recommend a book called The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. It's like a 6-hour, you can find a recording free on YouTube. And I highly, I'm just putting it out there, like everyone needs to read this book so that they can come in contact with who they really are and find more happiness, less attachment in their life. You know? That's all crooked there. And we get the Judgment card, which, hallelujah, right? The unshedding of the superficial, coming in contact with some kind of an epiphany or an awakening. This represents a true kind of understanding about something. I often equate this to like an Ace of Swords. It just like comes in, and once you know this, your life will never be the same. It's turning a page. And once you hear it, once you see it, once you feel it, you can't unsee it. You can't unhear it. You know, like it's out there, it's done. This is very definitive. It's going to be important for you to exhibit really good judgment. Whatever it is that you're deliberating about, whatever it is that you're thinking about, it's not time to be making rash decisions, you know? It's not time to be jumping the gun. Methodical moments, methodical decisions. It may require that you do something you don't want to do or won't make you happy doing it, but I think ultimately the result will make you happy. Judgment is often like a lightning bolt, but it is a saving grace. It is an energy that lifts us up. See, it lifts us up, it pulls us up out of the darkness. Yeah, Gemini had this too. Makes sense. Even in the exact same placement. You know, there's no denying that you're a different person because of what just happened and what the eclipses are going to help us achieve in our life. There's no denying that there truly is a spiritual awakening occurring within each and every single one of you, especially those that actually strive for spirituality, those that strive for overall understanding of the universe and their life and all of this. And you'll get these answers, right? And so once you have them, you really are on this entirely new kind of path. And everything that you worked for, right? I have another deck of cards. It's called the Hermetic Tarot deck. And it has little descriptions, like little subtitles of them. And this one, the Eight of Cups, is called the Lord of Abandoned Success. Meaning, we often set certain goals in our life, and every once in a while, however far along on that path of achieving that goal we are, at some point something comes in and it's like you're either on the wrong path or that's not something that's worth being important. Like, it's not worth it. It's not really that important. So let's change direction. Like, let's move into something else that's more satisfying. Sometimes that can mean leaving relationships. Sometimes that can mean moving, changing locations, changing firms. But see, that the good thing about this is an internal change. It's something that happened internally inside your heart, inside your being. And what's happening is the outside world is adjusting to match the change that happened internally. Because you're not vibing with this stuff anymore. It's just not your thing. You've outgrown it. You've surpassed it. And the problem is that some of these coins here are actually people. It's your job. It's that house you thought you wanted. It's the car you thought you wanted. Yeah. Look, your manifestation power is at an all-time high right now. Because when we go through something dramatic, okay, like a judgment energy, when we go through something like that, and there's this kind of an internal quake where literally our plates, our tectonic plates, like really legitimately shift, and that shift is resonating, causing all sorts of changes in other places, right? Like when there's an earthquake, we get tidal waves kind of thing. And it is during this time when that energy is being propelled out that you literally can manifest whatever you want, because you can project that manifestation out. You can say, this is going to be my new circumstances. That was bad grammar. I'm sorry about that. But these are going to be my new circumstances. And you can declare it. You can command it. You can genuinely demand this stuff of the universe, and it will give it to you. It will give you more solid relationships. It will give you freedom. It will liberate you, as long as you declare what you want. You know, the problem with like the commercialized or the bastardized version of the law of attraction is just all about thinking, like thinking positive thoughts. But it does go much deeper than that, and the process is so much more involved, and it can really only be done through meditation. And those of you who have experience understand the importance of your heart chakra, the importance of the resonance of every single thought and every single emotion that you emit on a constant basis. You're constantly emitting waves, like sound waves. Constantly. Don't underestimate your power, because you could manifest the wrong things. Now is a time to know exactly what you want. I think for the most part, what people really want is peace. People really want is freedom. Even within relationships. No one wants attachment. Everyone wants unconditional love. And now is an opportunity for you to really have that. Yeah, once the plates of the earth shift, it does create waves externally. But this is what happens. This is like, let the chips fall where they may. I talk about a song in my Leo, I think I talked about it in Virgo as well, but in the weekly bump that I did, this song from Fight Club, and it's kind of like a mixture of some of the dialogue set to some beats kind of thing. It's an old movie. The song is called This Is Your Life. And one of the phrases in there is, only after you've lost everything are you free to do anything. I see so much liberating energy coming out here for you. And like, for reals, people are not handling the fact that Cancer is not going to continue to coddle them. Because when Cancer wants to stand up and fight, like, you look out. Look, you're the Chariot card, the Pharaoh. I mean, this is on par with the Emperor and the Empress, and on par with the Magician and the Tower. Like, this is a force. And Cancer, you are a force. And you're the ruler of the 4th house. You can be responsible for these earthquakes, right? The foundation of the earth, the foundation of the ocean, below the depths of the ocean. And so when you make a shift, people do feel it and know they're not going to like it. But let the chips fall where they may. Seriously, let the chips fall where they may. This is something you clearly got to do. Clearly. And here you are. It's amazing how soft she is. Cardinal water, Queen of Cups, right? So beautiful, so nurturing, so connected with the angelic forces, the womb, and all of this. But she is a warrior, 100%. I actually might give her more of a warrior crown than like a Queen of Wands. Right? Because what? Childbirth is freaking painful, right? That's no joke. That is no joke kind of stuff. But she handles it. She handles it and she does it. And she does have this desire to have peace in the world. And so when there is not peace in her life, when there is not calm and nurturing energy in her life, then she will make the shifts that are needed and not worry so much about how she's affecting other people, because she knows what she's doing is for the best. Will people like it? Nope, absolutely not. Are you gonna maybe have some drama? Yeah, maybe, but you seem a little bit untouchable. You seem untouchable. Because it's not serving anymore. You've already made up your mind about that. You've already come to this conclusion. You've already figured it out. And now it's time to take it up a notch. Best life. This is your life. And here's someone. King of Cups, card of Scorpio. Could be anybody, any sign, doesn't matter, but this is a Scorpionic archetype, okay? And I mean, it makes sense with the eclipses in your 8th house, you know? The sun coming into your 8th house, that kind of depth sort of being illuminated in some way, it's possible that this is even a reflection of yourself. A lot of times our circumstances are just a reflection of us, right? So if your external circumstances are going through a change, well, it's because internally you've gone through a change, plain and simple. It could not be occurring in your outside world if it was not occurring on your inside world, plain and simple. That's just Hermetic law. It all begins in the mind. It all begins internally. Everything else is a projection outwards. Okay? So don't worry so much about this. This is fast acting. It's like in and out, kind of like the tower. Boom, okay, people have a hissy fit. They throw their little temper tantrums. Okay, fine. You are incredibly sturdy right now, in spite of feeling unstable. Okay. I will clarify this in the comprehensive, but let's see what comes out after it. Someone seems to be mirroring your watery depths right now. You are getting a double dose of Pluto stuff because of the sun and now the 8th house. So you're getting that kind of stuff coming. The first thing that came to my mind was some kind of an apology. Someone is going to come talk to you. Clearly, this is an important person in your life. Clearly, this is someone you care about. There's never not been caring. Okay, I don't necessarily know that this person is one of these people. But there's definitely some kind of separation, but you're still looking in toward one another. So the connection does still exist. Okay? There is communication that will occur if that's something that you're waiting for or something that you're needing. It will occur, and I think they will come to you. Okay? They will come to you. You know, the one thing that I always see, and I never really talk about, is the fact that the Queen of Cups is the only one that is holding like a holy grail. And I actually need to research the symbology behind this. Some of you actually may know what that is or why that is that way. But she is the keeper of the Holy Grail, right? Like of all the other queens in the tarot, their element is not different. Like if you look at a Queen of Pentacles, her pentacle looks the same. A Queen of Wands, her wand looks the same. Queen of Swords, it looks the same. Hers is the only one that looks different. And when you think about what you are, 4th house, moon rulership, here we have the moon kind of crowning the entire reading as well. The moon ruler, the moon is the keeper of our subconscious programming. The moon is our keeper of memory, where we've come from, our past lives, the keeper of all the information that we've acquired over the course of our lifetime, in addition to the nurturing quality. And in a way, if we tap into the knowledge that is possessed by our moon, it unlocks the kingdom of who we are. And I think that that's the Holy Grail. That's like why she's holding this more ornate kind of cup kind of thing, right? She is the keeper of the Holy Grail. She is the keeper of all the answers. Another reason why Cancer is such a force. The keeper of all why we are the way we are and where we all came from. Side note, not necessarily relevant to anything else. And we release. We release ourselves from our demons. Yes. We untether ourselves. Seriously, guys, An Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. Go on YouTube. You can find it. It's like a 6-hour recording. I seriously watch it. It will help you find this liberated part of who you are. It will set you free. And I honestly, I gotta tell you, it's only been a week since I've read it, but since I'm here and I'm alone and I'm isolated, I can put it into practice like all day long. And in a week, my entire mindset has been completely shifted and revised. My idea about romantic relationships, my idea about friendships. And it helps you to shed the fear. Because sometimes we get so fearful of the things that we are attached to, which, like I said, like once you come in contact with your true essence, attachments they just melt away. It's like they never even existed. Romantic attachments. How amazing could it be if the two of you actually made it work? You had some kind of a renewal, which is very, very possible. You had some kind of renewal where it wasn't based on attachment, and that maybe this time it was for real. Maybe this time it was more an embodiment of unconditional love, which is something that Cancer often has built in as well. You know, a less evolved or an immature Cancer can be really needy and clingy and like really emotional and all of that, of course. But a really evolved Cancerian is someone that like wants to give birth and let the baby birds fly free. You know, and I think that once you set someone free, that's when they come back. So let's see. Okay, well, all these wanted to come out, so we'll go ahead and pull them for you all. See, King and Queen of Cups and Emperor, Empress. Here's your card as well. Okay. There does seem to be togetherness for you, a reconciliation for you, as long as you do not exhibit fear of repeated things. Moving forward in fear will ensure that this does not work. Moving forward with hesitation will ensure that this doesn't work. You must be all in. Your heart must be completely open, okay? And I know that some relationships are going to be shoved aside or left behind. I know that. Issues too. But if this is someone that you really love, or a partnership that's really important to you, a friendship, whatever, and you guys come to some kind of an agreement that I'm going to be the queen, you're going to be the king, we're going to have our roles, you're going to inspire me, I'm going to inspire you, and together we are two independent entities that don't need one another, and yet we're going to coexist. Like, if you have this kind of similar mindset, you guys are absolutely unstoppable. Like, you're graduating from a king queen to an emperor empress in the trump cards, the major arcana cards. So it is an upgrade, it's a promotion. You seem to be stepping it up, making it more real, making it more important. But again, as long as these emotional attachments are no longer present, that is how you achieve this promotion. All right? Letting go of all the stuff that really doesn't fucking matter. And I'm sorry for cursing, but seriously, it doesn't fucking matter. It's not important. where you live, the quality of this, your labels, anything materialistic, your jobs, the list goes on and on and on. I bet you could sit down and make a list of 100 things that don't matter so easily. So easily you could make that list. You know? And by releasing yourself from all the things that don't matter, you step into your true power. Perfect way to end the reading with your card there. You, Cancer, coming out full force. Beautiful and amazing. And this is also very Cancerian as well, in that she does represent the pregnancy, the womb itself. So you're actually getting a triple whammy of yourself here. The finest, top of the top qualities that Cancer represent, the Cancerian archetype. So it's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys with that. If you want to join me for the comprehensive, there is a lot to clarify for sure. All right, and I'll clarify this connection here even further for you. All right, hopefully I'll see you there, but if not, I'll see you next month. Thanks.